I would also like to thank the committee clerks and all the witnesses who made this inquiry possible. Chair, you have been fantastic all along. Our inquiry looked at the support given by the Welsh Government to women in the criminal justice system, and in gathering evidence we heard about some truly shocking experiences. The lack of adequate support has led to startlingly high reoffending rates. Criminal justice might not be devolved, but the Welsh Government is wholly responsible for health and social care, education and housing. And it is shortfalls in these areas that help contribute to shockingly high levels of recidivism amongst female Welsh prisoners. The lack of drug and alcohol rehabilitation, particularly residential detoxification, and I must declare an interest here as a patron of Brnavel Rehab, has a massive impact on reoffending rates. I was really disappointed to hear from our witnesses that the accessing detoxification programs was almost impossible for many women in criminal justice system. This was made even more surprising when I learned that Tier 4 funding for residential rehab was regularly returned back by area planning boards. Hundreds of thousands of pounds allocated for the provision of rehab services returned to Welsh Government each and every year. Yet, many women cannot access such provision. I would ask the Minister to consider whether the Substance Misuse Action Fund and Rehab Humri are working as intended and whether the area planning boards are the right approach. If we are to prevent women from entering or re-entering the criminal justice system, then we have to prevent offending in the first place. As our committee learned, lots of offending occurred due to substance misuse issues. Residential rehab and detoxification programs like those offered at Brnavel are prone to tackle substance abuse and addiction long term. Yet, we know it is difficult, almost impossible for most women in the criminal justice system to access such services. As part of our inquiry, the committee visited Eastwood Park Prison, and I have been told by the members of that prison's drug recovery team that the Welsh women are at a significant disadvantage when trying to secure funding for residential rehab. During our visit, we heard that reoffending rate in Welsh prisoners was 10 times higher than those of the English prisoners. In order to tackle such frightfully high rates of reoffending, we have to ensure Welsh female prisoners are fully supported in their health and care needs, as well as with education and housing. The governor of Eastwood Park told us that housing was a particular concern, as many Welsh prisoners have nowhere to go. The nearest approved housing is in Bristol, so many of the prison leavers end up homeless. Women at the prison told us that some reoffend just to come back to the safety of the prison. We can't lock people up just because they have nowhere else to go. Criminal justice is not devolved, but housing is. Welsh Government have a duty to these women, a duty to ensure they get the care and support needed to prevent reoffending. I urge them to fully support recommendations 14 and 15 and urgently implement recommendations 17 and 18. Thank you very much.